Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. It's 7 o'clock. I'm Tracey McCain.
I'm Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. We appreciate that. A lot to get to from overnight, but first, let's say hello to meteorologist Scott Gagliardi. Get the details on that first alert forecast. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're so glad you're back and feeling
so happy to be
better.
back. It's a quick hitter, but we're back. We're ready to go.
Good.
And I noticed still no baby.
Still no baby. I'm still here.
You know they have the old wives' tale though, where sometimes a snowstorm might induce.
Oh, sure.
Didn't know that
I love
one.
that
Yes.
old wives' tale. I didn't know
it was
about
spicy
that.
food.
Well,
Could be snow too.
we may deliver too.
I'll take anything.
Okay.
I'll take
Snow and
anything.
spice and everything nice.
And everything nice, right? Yeah, we have a snowstorm on the way. Hard to believe it's the first one of the year, but we're talking by Sunday night into Monday. The most snow we've seen so far this season. Plowable. We'll talk about that in a minute. Right now, a live look outside in Old Saybrook. Sunrise coming in. It's a pretty shot there. Same deal through New Haven. It's 25 degrees. It's chilly with a breeze out of the northwest at 6. But we have a first alert weather day for Sunday night. This is a measurable snow. We're talking several inches. Could be plowable. And this could have an impact on visibility and travel. Luckily, Monday is a holiday, so not as many people on the roadways, but still could cause some issues. Temperatures out there right now, teens and 20s. It's definitely a bit above average, but even throughout the day today, we'll be fine today. Some rain actually comes in tomorrow, and then by Sunday, that's the snow. Wind speeds are calm, so we're doing okay. A quick look at the snowfall forecast. This is preliminary, and it can change. Some of the trending has been even up a little bit, but 3 to 5 for most of the state, 1 to 3 inches farther to the north and the west. And then beyond that, we have 3 more first alert weather days, all for the coldest air of the season so far. Wind chills below 0 at times. Notice our feels like trend gets dangerously cold, especially Tuesday. We'll talk much more about this, though, coming up in just a few minutes. Good morning, Kate.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. 7:02 here on the Wax. If you're just joining us on your Friday, majority of the state looking very good in terms of that early morning commute. So if you're heading to work or bringing the kids to school or the bus stop, you should be in good shape. Live look outside here in Hartford, 91 north and southbound. Live look in Middletown along Route 9. Here in Waterbury, 84 east and westbound. In and out of the Mixmaster, you can see just a little bit of that snow dusting on the grassy surfaces. You might have a little bit of that waking up on your vehicle as well. Easy to just brush off. And then a live look outside in Meriden, 691 east and westbound. No crashes, no major incidents, no construction right now. That daytime work picks up about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then we're starting to see some, not doing too bad, some brief delays, 95 southbound towards the George Washington Bridge and the Parkway. I'm Caitlin Francis with your Connecticut Chevy First Alert Traffic Report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
Well, breaking news in Hartford this morning, an overnight fire caused a vacant building to collapse.
Yeah, that fire spread to an apartment building on Ward Street as well. Your reporter Olivia Schuler is live from the scene this morning with what crews are telling us. They've been there for several hours now. So what are you seeing there, Olivia?
Yeah, guys, well, certainly a busy morning for firefighters at night and into the morning here. This is what remains after a fire broke out last night. You can see a bunch of smoke billowing out from the ground, just rubble remaining from an entire apartment building. This was 3 stories, and now it's hard to imagine that anything was there. You can also see that some cars are burned as well from the fire. And if you take a look to the building next to it, that's where 20 people were displaced. Everyone was able to get out, but you can see that just the framing of the building remains, and it looks like the roof has collapsed as well. But let's give you a full breakdown of what happened in the last several hours. Hartford police tell us 11:45 Thursday night, they got a call about a structure fire. District Chief Darius Lita says a fire started in a vacant 3-family brick apartment building, and over time, flames extended their way to the building next door. Now, Hartford Fire then called for a second alarm, getting more firefighters out here to help. The first building did collapse as crews were working to get the fire completely out. Fortunately, 20 residents in the second building got out safely. Now, the cold weather did pose some challenges for firefighters and led to 1 injury.
One of the residents actually slipped and fell, so there was 1 injury on scene. We've been utilizing sand to protect our firefighters from slipping on the ground on the road, and then once all the fire trucks are moved, we have DPW in the area as well, and they're going to come by and sand the street.
Now, at this time, just 1 fire truck remains here to make sure nothing gets reignited and that those pockets that are smoking don't become problem areas. Now, in the last week, there have been 3 fires here in the capital city, so the total number of people now displaced is up to 58. Your reporter in Hartford, Olivia Schuler, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, let's walk you through what we know so far. The fire on Ward Street is the 3rd in the capital city in just days.
Yeah, you're looking at some video here of the fire that broke out on Wethersfield Avenue Monday night. That forced 23 people from their homes.
And then the following night, there was another fire at an apartment complex on Tower Avenue, and 15 people were removed from their homes in the middle of the night.
So that means in less than a week, as Olivia mentioned, fires forced 56 people from their homes.
To New Haven now, where police have a woman in custody accused of organizing street takeovers and then announcing them on social media.
Well, they tell us this woman, 47-year-old Kimberly Heffman, put people in danger. She would announce the locations and times of the street takeovers on Instagram. Police were able to link that account to the suspect.
She wasn't shy about posting information and meetups, and whether she was doing it for some sort of social media fame, I can't speak to her motivations, but certainly made it easy for us to find her.
Heffman turned herself in this week.
New Haven's police chief says they will not tolerate street takeovers. They're working to arrest everyone they can identify.
Well, right now, we're waiting to hear back from a school district on the shoreline after a teacher was arrested. Police say Stratford High School teacher James O'Neill was altering the bills of sale and other documents to illegally sell cars on Facebook, adding that he also used school computers to run this operation. Officers arrested him earlier this month in New York, and they're holding him there as a fugitive from justice.
Well, now for a bizarre story out of Massachusetts, where a Connecticut teenager and 5 other Assumption University students are being charged in connection to a TikTok plot that police say aimed to confront a falsely accused sexual predator.
Yeah, an interesting case here. Your reporter, Marcy Jones, is live in studio breaking down the disturbing details. Marcy, what do we know?
Good morning. Well, this unfortunately is something that we've seen before, where kids get bad ideas from social media and try to mimic them in real life, and oftentimes lands them in real trouble.
5 out of the 6 teens charged made their first court appearance yesterday. The Massachusetts college students are accused of plotting to lure a man to their school through a dating app back in October, and then seizing him as a part of a To Catch a Predator style trend on TikTok. Police say their target was a 22-year-old active duty military service member. According to Campus Police report, he said a student whose Tinder profile said she was 18 invited him over and led him into a basement lounge. But a few moments later, a group of people came out of nowhere and started calling him a pedophile. The man told police he was able to break free, but was chased by dozens of people to his car, where he was punched in the head and his car door was slammed on him. He then fled and called city police. The teens now face dozens of charges. Joaquin Smith, a 19-year-old from West Haven, Connecticut, was charged with kidnapping and conspiracy.
Following the students' arrest, the university released a statement calling their alleged behavior abhorrent and antithetical to Assumption University's mission and values. Your reporter in studio, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Okay, everybody, Roger, Suzanne, and popping in here from the First Alert Desk. This morning, we learned that President Joe Biden will issue more pardons and commutations than any president in U.S. history. The White House announced this morning that Biden will commute the sentences of nearly 2,500 people who had all been convicted, they tell us, of nonviolent drug-related crimes. Biden believes their sentences were overly harsh. We'll share much more on this story throughout the day with you on the WFSB News app and on air. Live at the First Alert Desk, I'm Roger, Suzanne, and Tracy.
Right, the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas is moving forward now after a setback yesterday.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he will convene his security cabinet sometime today to officially approve the agreement.
The 3-phase deal will see the release of hostages being held by Hamas, the withdrawal of the IDF from Gaza, and eventually a reconstruction plan for the Strip.
And if you're heading out to work or school this morning, you might notice a light coating of snow out there. We saw some of that last night, and you might have to wipe off the car. I certainly did on my way into work this morning. Right now, though, a live look outside in New London. A beautiful shot there. We have sunrise coming in about the next 3 or 4 minutes. Temperature's chilly, 21 degrees. Same deal through Hartford. A beautiful shot there. 22 wind speeds. They're calm. Pick the town or city closest to you. It's chilly, teens and low 20s. But the big deal this weekend will be the snow on the way. Now, fast forward to tomorrow. We have nothing to worry about today. 7 a.m., some clouds are on the increase. Notice a few showers to the south. We'll get rain first. This is on Saturday afternoon, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, some of which in the southeastern part of our state. Could be moderate at times. Then Sunday morning, same deal, some sunshine to start the day. Clouds increase by around noon, and the first snowflakes, they begin to fall mid-afternoon hours, overspreading the state by the evening. And notice 5, 6, 7 o'clock, we're looking at those snow. It continues even through about midnight. We're forecasting about 3 to 5 inches statewide, and these numbers could change a bit. And the trend, if you like snow, could be like the future maps. You might like those a little bit better, but we'll talk much more about the timing as well as what to expect beyond that, because there is some bitter cold on the way. That's all coming up with your full First Alert forecast.